How to fix HTML entities not rendering across browsers. Have you ever noticed that some symbols or characters on your web page just do not show up correctly? This can be frustrating, especially when you are trying to create a polished and professional-looking site. Let's tackle the issue of HTML entities not rendering properly across different browsers. HTML entities are special codes that help display characters that are reserved in HTML, like the less than sign or the greater than sign. These entities start with an ampersand and end with a semicolon. For example, the less than sign is represented as ANDLed. If these entities do not render correctly, they may show up as plain text instead of the intended symbol. To fix this, first, make sure you understand the syntax of HTML entities. Each entity must start with an ampersand, followed by the entity name or number, and end with a semicolon. If any part of this syntax is incorrect, browsers may fail to render the entity properly. Next, avoid using HTML entities inside tooltips or titles. Some browsers do not render these entities in tooltips because they display plain text. Instead, consider using Unicode characters directly or implementing custom tooltips that can handle HTML. Another important step is to check the character encoding of your HTML document. Make sure to specify the correct character encoding, such as UTF-8, using the meta tag meta charset is equal to UTF-8. If the encoding is incorrect, browsers may misinterpret the entities or characters. When possible, use Unicode characters directly in your HTML. This can reduce the dependency on HTML entities and may help with rendering issues. Just ensure that your text editor and document encoding support these characters. If certain symbols are still not displaying, it might be due to the font you are using. Some fonts do not contain the necessary glyphs for specific characters. Try using standard web-safe fonts like Arial or Times New Roman, or include web fonts that support the characters you need. Be cautious when copying HTML entities from other sources. Sometimes, hidden or invisible characters can sneak in, causing rendering problems. Always paste as plain text and double-check your code for any unexpected characters. If you are inserting HTML entities dynamically using JavaScript or templates, ensure that you are escaping characters properly. Improper escaping can lead to entities rendering as plain text. Finally, test your web pages across multiple browsers. Each browser may handle entities differently, so it is essential to check how your page looks in Chrome, Firefox, Safari, and Edge. By following these steps, you can ensure that HTML entities render correctly across browsers. Start with the right syntax and encoding, verify your fonts, and test your pages. This will help you create clear and engaging web pages that look great no matter where they are viewed.